Welcome back. You're watching News Tonight. It's now time to get you an update on what's making news in the world of business. Well, they say sell in May and go away, but bears have thrown in all their might and we are almost mid-May. So after today's up move, can we say don't sell in May? Shakti Patra gives us more dope on that.
It's probably difficult to infer much from just one day's action, but the way this market behaved after 1 o'clock today, you almost felt that a large section of the bears threw in the towel, and if bulls manage to take out 5,200 tomorrow, which is just about 45 points away, probably bears will have to wait for May of 2011 next year. Now, Nifty intraday, we had a flat opening, nothing much till 11 in the morning, and then the gradual trickle down. And for some strange reason, as I have been saying, this market is making its intraday bottoms around 1 in the afternoon, the same today. But after that, you got this big surge, almost 1.5% on the Nifty. Nifty finally ending 20 points higher, around 51.50. What went higher? Forget about that. There was only one talking point in the market today, and that was the new TRAI regulations. Harsh on GSM providers. Bharti Idea took a big knock, 8% down. Arcom, the CDMA guy, that was up 0.5%. And TRAI, these are just regulations yet, recommendations yet, not regulations. But over the next few days, you will probably hear a lot about that. But the stock definitely took a big knock. The one pack that actually went up more than 1% was the traditional defensive pack, pharma stocks. All three big names here, 1 to 2% higher. And that again told you that maybe bulls are not very confident getting into high beta stocks, still probably seeking safe haven in traditional defensive stocks. One pack which lost about 1% as a sectoral index was the power index. NHPC here, new listing that actually closed at a new lifetime low. Suzlon, BHEL lost anything between 1 to 2% with pretty good volumes. Now, 5,200 is just about 45 points away. If that's taken out tomorrow, as I said, sell in May probably won't work this time, and bears probably have to wait for the next May 2011.
Moving on, as the price of gold surges, lesser shoppers are expected to turn up during this year's Akshaya Tritiya, the auspicious time to buy gold. As our business reporter Sania Farooqi finds out how the people are treating this auspicious season this time.
It is considered to be the fourth most auspicious day in the Hindu calendar. Akshaya Tritiya is the best time to bring home Goddess Lakshmi in her auspicious form. People all across invest in gold as it is considered to be an auspicious metal. But with the gold prices soaring high, this year's sales have been affected.
Overall, if you see this year, I should say that the volumes have come down a little bit. In the sense that the buying pattern remains the same in terms of value, but since the price has gone up per gram, the volume has come down. See, the buying pattern remains the same among the consumers. The volume of gold has come down.
Gold sellers, on the other hand, are optimistic. They say this is the time when they expect people to make their maximum purchase of gold. Shops have advertised attractive offers to influence customers.
During this season, definitely the jewellery industry will have all the best items. And this is the earlier October month of Diwali was the period where we used to have all the new things. But Akshaya Tritiya, which will prosper them, so they are interested to buy for their children's marriage or for any other functions. So they want the most latest one, and we have a very good collection, and the entire market also have gathered.
But customers want to be wise while they invest in gold during this Akshaya Tritiya. Though spending money on gold is a preferred investment in Tamil Nadu, people now wait for the price to dip.
Okay, I actually waited for the prices to drop. Today the prices have dropped by 382 or something. So I took this opportunity to come here and buy some gold just as an investment.
I always thought gold as a really good investment.
The auspicious time to buy gold has already begun, and the price will make all the difference this season. With camera person Dev Raj, Sania Farooqi for NDTV Hindu.
We were earlier joined by Vice President of the World Gold Council, Mr. Shivram Kumar, who spoke on what's the best time for investing in gold.
Gold prices have soared in the past, but customers and people, especially people, are still opting to invest in gold. What do you think this trend will continue in the near future?
Well, the reason is simple why they're opting to invest in gold. Because gold has given a return of about 28% in year 09. And the fact that gold is extensively used in weddings, and is also a great portfolio diversifier. People having a large portfolio amongst a basket of investment options, gold balances out.
So what about gold reserves that have been built up by families across India? How does that affect liquidity?
Well, it doesn't affect it. In fact, it becomes so very resilient, gold. It is estimated that there are about 18,000 tons plus of gold in the Indian public. And perhaps that's what has made our economy so very strong. We have not had shocks like what the US has had. And we are rolling on, with the kind of savings that we've acquired over the ages.
So do we really sell our gold, or is it an old school method of security? Why aren't people opting for mutual funds?
Well, exchange traded funds is another form of investment in gold. In fact, ETFs are in a nascent stage in India, but then in the US, the World Gold Council's SPDR fund is one of the biggest, and they have about 1,100 tons of gold backed by physical gold. And in fact, it's given, in the recent past, they've added another 3.5 tons just 2 days ago, which goes to show that it sort of redefines gold as a very important asset class.
On to some sports. The Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu has launched a talent identification program in schools run by the government. But the schools say that the fund allotted to carry out the test is just not enough. Our sports reporter Sudarshan has more.
Just ₹3 per child. Yes, that's the amount given to schools to conduct a series of tests to identify a child's talents. But schools say that's too little. The program covers students in class 6, 7 and 8. The Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu started the talent identification in 2002.
Actually, we get it from the special fees amount, which is being provided to us by the government of Tamil Nadu. And it is ₹3 per child at the middle school level, and ₹6 for 9th and 10th students, and ₹9 for higher secondary children.
Not only insufficient funds, some schools even don't have the space to conduct the talent search.
We are having such a small playground, so we cannot find out the thorough test for time. The time factor is very expensive.
But SDAT officials say more than increased funds, it is a priority for them to reach to the remote areas of the state. They say more schools in the state are yet to understand the importance of the talent identification program.
At present, there is no proposal to increase this allocation. What we are more looking into is more involvement of the schools. Right now, sports department is such that we have one DSO in the districts, and there are few coaches, 2 or 3 or 4 coaches. So of course, the department is not so big that it can reach each and every school.
While the Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu claims of identifying best talent in the government schools through talent identification program, these government schools feel that the fund allocated by the Sports Authority is not enough to conduct the tests in proper manner. With camera person Arun and Raja Singh, Sudarshan for NDTV Hindu.
Well, that's the wrap on this bulletin. Good night and thanks for watching.